How's it going, Tftv? My name is Jack, and welcome to my preview for the Carabao Cup second round tie taking place at the City Ground on Tuesday against Wolverhampton Wanderers. So, yeah, just before I get into this, I just want to say, I know I mentioned in an early video, I think it was actually the last video I did on the channel, my preview for the Stoke game, that I would be back to sort of doing more videos. Because obviously the weekend before I was away, couldn't watch the midweek fixture in the cup for my mum's birthday, so we were out for that. And I said I'd be back to be able to do proper videos before and after games, like I was doing last season. Not really too sure how I'm going to be able to do that now, given the fact that iFollow have changed it so it's only for non-UK viewers who can watch the video access to the game, which is a bit of a shame. I can kind of understand why, because of like making money and stuff like that, and also I think there's a rule where you can't show like 3 p.m. kickoffs or something like that. Not 100% sure on how that works, but you know, if I can find a way to be able to watch it, or they do make it so that we can watch it here in the UK, then I'm not sure how I'll be able to do these videos if I can't do that. But if I can, then I'll definitely be able to bring these videos back properly for you. So anyway, that's just the waffle out of the way. Onto the game now. Be interesting to see if Houghton's in charge in that game, because obviously 4 games now at the start of the season, 4 losses. You look at Sabri off the back of it was a very decent season for Sabri. So, you know, Houghton's season last year wasn't great, wasn't horrendous. It was just what needed to happen to get us through the season after a horrendous start. But you know, it'll be interesting to see whether he will be in charge, because Sabri was given the same amount of time. Okay, yes, he didn't score a goal in any of those games, and Houghton's side has scored 3. But the football is not the best, and you know, a lot of fans are calling for his head. A lot of news reporters are saying that they suspect him to leave. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not he goes. On my view, I'm not really too sure. I think he could be the right man to get us out of this mess, given his record. But do we have the time to give him the opportunity to get us out of there? I'm not too sure. I don't know. I do expect if we don't win against Derby, let's say, he will be gone. But if he's not gone before, so it'll be interesting to see who's in charge for that one. I guess if he does go between now and then, it will be someone like Gary Brazil as interim, and we know what happened with Gary Brazil when he was in charge in a cup game against the Premier League side last time. You know, that famous 4-2 home win. Eric Lewis scored an absolute belter in that one against Arsenal. So, you know, if that does happen, then that would be pretty cool. But Wolves start their season 2 1-0 losses away from home. Start the season against Leicester, and at home today it was actually to Tottenham. So 2 teams that are actually expecting to probably finish above Wolves, 2 very decent sides. So I don't know if we can really judge it based off that. You know, say it was a 1-0 loss to like a Norwich and a I don't know, Brentford or whatever, or Watford, then you know you could be looking at it a bit more like, oh, actually I'm not too sure whether they're doing very well, whether their new manager's the right one for them at the start of the season. But there's 2 very decent sides, and to only lose 1-0 to both of them isn't really too bad. But I suspect it'll probably be a bit more of a weakened lineup from them. Probably the same from us, to be honest. I don't think the Cup's our main priority at all. Getting out of this league is definitely our main priority, and I mean that by getting up, not going down, because well, that's obviously not great at all. But yeah, I think we'll see a lot of youngsters coming in. Definitely, you saw the Bradford game. Majority of the team, I think it was 6 of them, were youngsters from the academy. So if we can see something like that again, that could be really interesting. You know, Tyrese Fawn, I'd love to see him have a full 90 or definitely start the game. Baba Fernandez maybe at the back alongside Finn back, maybe playing his more preferred fullback. Centre back role, as he's been playing fullback this season. In the games that he has been playing due to injury and suspension. So I don't know. It's going to be a difficult one. Obviously, Wolves are a very good side. Got a lot of very decent players. I don't think their first side, like I was saying, will be playing, but I think they've got very decent youngsters coming through. I wouldn't be surprised if Football Manager Wonder Kid Fabio Silva starts up front. You know, someone who hasn't really lit the Premier League alight like maybe people expected. He's still quite a youngster, so if Football Manager have got it predicted correctly, he could be absolutely unbelievable in the future. But maybe players like him might start. I'm not really too well averse with the Wolves. Youth academy players, Morgan Gibbs-White, maybe he might get a go in the middle of the park. But I'd probably, with the way things are going, expect us to lose. I could see it maybe being like a 2-0, 2-1, 1-0 sort of scoreline to Wolves. But it's the Cup, so who knows? Maybe we could field the youngsters and they could be, have that factor. Oh, we're playing a Premier League side, playing a team who, we can really state our intent and maybe get a couple of minutes in the first team in a league game if they play well, and they might come together and nick something from this game. It would be incredible if they could, and it would really show up the first team, if I'm honest, because it's not been great on the pitch in the league. The only real saving grace has been some of the youngsters. Finn back looked really good. Fornham has been given his chance, so I don't know. It could be a really big chance for some of these youngsters to overtake some of these players who have been really poor this season. Horvath, I'd like to see him start in goal. Samba's not really been too good this season, which is a real shame because I think when he's on form, he's absolutely unbelievable. But when he's not, he's susceptible to making a number of mistakes, and that's what we've seen so far. So Horvath, if he has a good game, maybe he could cement his place in the first team. But this all could be subject to change if Houghton goes before this, maybe, or after this game, should I say. Players who maybe impressed him might not impress somebody coming in because they've not seen them in the Cup. I don't know. It's all up in the air. Hopefully, some stability can come sometime soon, and hopefully we're able to see a bit of positivity around the club. But it would be nice to see some of the youngsters get a run in and maybe nick a win and bring a little bit of happiness to the club. If I'm going to go with my heart, I'm going to say a 1-0 Forest win. One of the youngsters might get on the score sheet and embarrass Wolves. But if I'm going to go with my head, I'll probably say 2-0 Wolves. But hopefully it'll be the win for us. So yeah, if you did enjoy, hit the like button. Let us know down below what you think the score is going to be. Any youngsters or any players at all that you want to see feature. Subscribe if you haven't already to Talk Forest TV. And please, come on, you Reds.